Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about the Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi Joker. Now, I knew what I was getting into when I got this because I love posing these kind of toys, but I gotta say, this figure is fun as hell. Like, I was just having a blast being a whole goofball with this, posing this on the table. And honestly, if you like to pose your toys, this one is a lot more friendly like Harley. As we continue to get into the Amazing Yamaguchi, I gotta say that they are getting easier for people to pose with and giving it a little bit more simple, like simplifying it as time goes on. There's a bunch of things I can probably tell you about, but I'm not gonna, like, I don't even know. Like, it's just hard to explain. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Like, everything about this Joker just screams comic accurate. Like, I'm not even talking about like the joints. I'm talking about like, you can replicate movements from the comics that you want depending on the artist that you're going by. So if you want to do some Andy Kubert stuff, you want to do some other classic stuff, you want to do stuff from the Grant Morrison run, you can do all of those things. This Joker is going to move how you want it to move and just give you a fun-filled time of just like a jester. It's cool. But I think if there was one gripe, it would be no, I don't think I really have a gripe. I'd be lying if I said I did. But this is me personally. And that is because this is probably going to be the most playful Joker that you can get. Whereas Mezco nailed like that clothing style that just fits the simplicity of Joker. I like to sit down and sometimes do crazy stuff. And I think this is where you're going to get crazy from, right? So our head articulation is ridiculous. Like, we can actually turn ourselves into a human bullet with this Joker. We're never going to talk about the fact that we can actually move his eyes. Like, you can move his eyes, and I'll get into that later because there's a tool for that, right? If we back it back up, we have a nice offering of covering up our joints with our jacket here. So depending on how you want to go about that, but we can do beyond the T-pose here, right? So let's say we hit the T-pose with no issue whatsoever, right? I'm going to leave my joints down. We can rotate our arm. We can actually fold it up to a point where it's being used as if, you know, just folding up. And it's a single joint too. You can rotate out a little bit. That will leave you room to rotate your arms however you want to for a particular pose. So if you wanted to be making fun of Superman and doing poses like this, it's not a problem. This backside here is also on a joint that allows you to flow out. There's 2 points for a stand, which is in the upper back and the butt. Then we have our arms, which can rotate a little bit forward and backwards, giving you more room for articulation. Now, again, this sounds crazy, but watch this, right? Because I'm literally going to have a blast. Because our upper torso can move left, right, forward, backwards. Like, there is freedom here. So if you want your Joker to look wild, we can also have our legs go forward. It's on a single joint, but look how far back it goes. And we can rotate we can rotate outward in a crazy movement. And then even though the Joker don't really know martial arts, I just picture him being the type that just gets ridiculous. And look at this. Look how low we can already get and posed up that we are. That Joker just looks crazy like this. Even though the neck points out, I think that's going to be a huge gripe with people. But the problem is Joker is always portrayed as having a super long neck in every which way. So that doesn't bother me, but I know it may bother somebody else. So this is going to be one of your factors that you're going to factor in on whether or not you want to buy this. But I'm not going to sit here in front and say that this don't look cool. Now, let's say you don't even like this pose. Fine. We can actually rotate our leg forward. We have great articulation here, forwards and backwards, like I stated before. We have generous ankle pivot to the point where it's utterly ridiculous and sickening. But let's say you want to get stupid with Joker, right? And goof off. Boom. He can balance on one leg. Let's really balance it. I'm not going to just assume he can. I'm going to do it because I did it already and I posted on Instagram, but now we're going to do it now. So now we have a stupid martial arts Joker. Let's say you don't like that and you don't want to even go about that, right? Let's say you want to just be weird and do hip hip hooray Joker, right? let's say you wanted to hip hop for joy or whatever it is, or lollygag with Joker. There are many different ways and forms for this Joker posing wise that's going to be so utterly sickening and ridiculous. Like, if you love posing, this Joker is 100% going to be for you. And then you don't even have to be like super posed up, right? Let's say you wanted to do subtle. You wanted to be chill. You can do a nice cool walk-in pose with your Joker. Now, you see how right here the shoulder's going to separate a little bit? You can actually pull that up and over. And now you don't have any real issue with that shoulder poking out. And it might be an issue on this side because they're double jointed, but you just fold down, get your arms ready. We're going to rotate in. And then now we can do a walking Joker. We can do something cool with Joker walking. We're going to rotate our legs in. But there's tons of options here that's just going to allow you to get crazy with Joker. And I'm sorry I've rambled on with this articulation, but this is the kind of stuff I really like to show off, because this is what the amazing Yamaguchi line is for. At least in my opinion, posing it and having fun is going to be 100% fun for you with this guy. You know what I mean? Like, it's just going to be fun. You clean up a little bit of the posing. Boom. Now you just got your crazy Joker looking cool, looking crazy. Now, enough about that. Let's talk about our accessories, right? Let's jump to that. Now we're going to jump into accessories, and I think Joker actually has the abundance of stuff that just shows him off that's going to be excellent, right? So earlier we talked about our tool with moving his eyes. So here we have an alternate face that I want to show off before I get back to the whole eye thing. And I think this alternate head looks really, really good and really crazy. And on top of that, you can still change his eyes inside. Didn't expect that to be a thing. I thought it was going to be fixed. But inside, I'm not sure if I can get enough light. There we are. There's going to be, you can use our tool here to change around his eyes. I'm not going to actually do it because I don't want to take the time to fix that. At least not on camera, because I get nervous about those things. But this sculpt is really, really nice. There we go. Shows you the crazy. That's literally in his eye. Then we're going to get Joker's cane. So we have Joker's cane here. This is when, you know, you be a fashion-forward fashionista. Joker's always stylish in purple and gold. You're going to get some chattering teeth. This is going to be a Joker staple no matter where and what version there is. It's just always there. It's always included. You're going to get not one but two revolvers so you can dual wield, which I think is awesome. Dual wielding revolvers. Then you're going to get your prank revolver. And I thought that this was dope because they didn't do it on one side, but they did it on both sides. So that way you're not limited to just one side. I hate when they just paint just one side. That's kind of annoying, right? For your revolver, before I forget, you'll actually get effect parts too. So you get the bang bang effects. These will be your muzzle flash effects. You will get two to match your actual effect part for your guns. That way when you're dual wielding, it looks really cool. And you'll also get not one, but two machine guns. I believe people call these Tommy guns, but that might be the wrong nickname, so I'm unsure. And for the barrel drum, they are not removables, so the guns are solid one pieces, right? Let's see about the effect part working on these, because I was so excited, I didn't bother checking, so let's check right now. Oh, they fit on here too? So, they fit on the machine guns as well. And then you'd hear Joker laughing, having a good time, right? Then our hand effects, right? So you'll get open action palms, looking pretty cool. White glove as usual for the Joker. You will get two trigger hands, again, for you to dual wield. Then you'll get open clawed hands. Not for martial arts stuff, just because when you want to do crazy laughter or Joker screaming out in emotion, you'll get these open claw hands. You'll also get a stage piece for your stage, and that is going to be because you will get cutout effects, which is awesome that Amazing Yamaguchi included them. And I normally don't use these, but we're going to talk about it in the review. You'll get some ha-ha-ha's. There we are. This actually looks really good. But I don't use cutouts, so this is not one of those things that I'm very good at, so I don't really use them often. And you don't get one, but I do believe you get one, not two. You'll also get your stage and extra joint here. And that covers all about the accessories that we get with Joker, which is actually really, really awesome. Now, last but not least, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to grab all the things that I can for size comparison. Then we're going to jump into that. Then you guys get to enjoy the end of the video with our cue music. So let's get to it. All right, guys, last but not least, we're going to jump into size comparisons. There are honestly going to be a lot, and I may forget some because I was dragging out everything I could possibly think of that might go well with this Joker. So I took out everything that I could think of. I'm actually going to put his legs together just a little bit better so we can gather that height all together. Right? Just back him up like a U-Haul truck. First things first, let's compare a couple Jokers and some Harleys. You know, the DC stuff. So here we have an SHF Joker. Trying to look decent next to him. But, as you can see, he is significantly smaller than our Revoltech counterpart. Next up, we're going to go with our Mezco counterpart. This is the Mezco exclusive Joker. And this may be adding up into height, so this would actually work out height-wise with this guy. But we already know the Revoltech is going to have the better articulation. So, that's how your Jokers that I own look next to this guy. So, yeah. Let's try some other stuff. Let's add a few Harleys in there before we jump into the Batmans. So, here are Revoltech Harley, which, honestly, I have tons of photos for her, but I have not finished her video. So, you guys have just reminded me actually to do that. I will hopefully get around to it when I can. So here's the Revoltech Harley, which I think is actually a really good size. I like the idea of Harley being small, petite, but also lethal and deadly. Here we are with a DC Icons Harley. I think this also fits out pretty well. Next up, we have the Injustice Harley. So Injustice Harley fits out. This is SHF size. And last but not least, we have the Mezco Harley. And I think, honestly, all these Harleys actually look pretty good with this guy. So, I mean, like, honestly, I think these look really, really good. Give me 1 sec as I stop Riley. So let's get him on out of here. So, sorry about that. Cat was being a little bit of a cat. But yeah, I think these guys actually all look pretty good with Joker. I don't think they belong with Joker, but I think they do look good. Either going up a versus or just if you want to do the classic romantic stuff. But I'm glad she's kind of outgrown all that. So, oop, and I lost a small part of knives. So we'll take care of that later. Move all these guys off screen. Next up, let's do a couple of Deathstrokes. So here is the Mezco Deathstroke. Then we're going to do the Revoltech Deathstroke. Let's fix that neck just a little bit. And my Revoltech Deathstroke suffers from one leg issue. I don't know what that's about and why it is that way, but it is. Last but not least, I have a custom one made by Token Customs. So you can see this Joker actually fits out pretty well with these guys as well too. So now we're going to take these guys away. Caught you this time. Let's take this guy over. And now we're going to compare a few Batmen. Actually, a whole lot of Batman, to be honest. So first things first, here is Revoltech Batman. I have a cloth cape on him because while I like the other cape, I think a cloth cape would significantly be better on this guy. So there we go. Yep. So next up, we have the Mafix Hush one. Right? And we have our big luscious capes here. So much that they take up a whole lot of room, so I got to back up just a little bit. Right? Let's move these guys away. Next up, we do the Mafix Justice League Batman. Right? Then we're going to do a couple... Oh, let's actually do the Mcfarland Batman. I don't have an actual regular universe Batman, so let's do this Batman. I have this one. This is a gift from Animated Heroes. And as you can see here, the Mcfarland stuff is gigantic. Right? Take these guys away. Let's do a couple of more Batman. This is going to be our Mezco Batman. Right? So that's the Sovereign Knight version. And just in case you want to try a different one, here is our Supreme Knight one. In case you want to try some other comparisons. Yeah. And I think we can start moving into some other stuff, checking out what they're like. First things first, I did forget one thing though. I actually just saw it, so let's take a second. I actually forgot about this SHF Harley, which is from Suicide Squad. She also looks pretty decent size-wise next to him. Then we're going to just do a bunch of other stuff. So here we have an Articulated Icons Ninja. Right? We have a Lightning Collection Blue Ranger. Because at one point the Power Rangers fought the Joker. That's hilarious to me. We have a Marvel Legends Spider-Man. We have a G.I. Joe Snake Eyes. And what's really cool is I can picture Cobra Commander and Joker being ridiculously ridiculous around each other. That actually might be hilarious. And as you can see, Joker, the amazing Yamaguchi, does stand at probably a little bit taller of a 6-inch scale. It's really cool though, because if Joker's like a tall, slender dude, this works out of him like being taller than everyone because he's so lanky, right? He giving off Doug Jones vibes. So here we are with, what else can I compare? Oh, here's an SH Figure Arts Kamen Rider Kuga. It's going to be tiny compared to this guy, right? Then we'll do a Mythic Legions 1.0, right? And I think we've covered like a lot. I don't think we've covered everything, but I've definitely covered a lot. And hopefully this will help you. But I had fun posing this guy on camera. I'm going to have some more fun posing him up in a few photos, trying to get ridiculous as I can possibly get with him. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Thank you for enjoying. Thank you for being patient. As always, guys, please be good, do good, drink your water. Later.